Hello, everybody. This is the SUMO community meeting on the 22nd of August 2018, coming live and direct to you from the internet. This is where we are right now. It's great to be here. Great to have everybody watching or sneaking in and just lurking. I think Chris is with us. Yay, Chris. So yeah, we have Madalena, we have Rachel, and we have an agenda that is being updated as we speak. But in general, it's been a hot week here, a busy week everywhere else. I hope we can walk you through all the cool things happening. No big and revolutionary changes as of yet, but the agenda has been shared on IRC, and it has been. Oh yeah, I totally and always forget to share it on Slack. I'm a terrible person. That's just terrible, terrible, terrible. But anyway, sorry. Okay, I pasted it on Slack as well. If you're on Slack, you should be getting the link right now. And if I'm moving my head around, it's just because I'm reading from the agenda. Okay, so we gave Madalena a chance to update it as well. I hope it's going to be updated with stuff. We're going to start with the usual. We're going to start with the general action items and updates and announcements. For product updates, we don't have any product updates this week, and for the next week, we'll try to figure something out. But Roland is AFK. He's on PTO right now. So if you have any questions, please direct them to us through the usual channels, and we'll try to answer them, or you can try asking in the forums as well. I'm saying this that way because many of you are way more knowledgeable about what's going on in the product world than, for example, me. I'm not sitting in all the product meetings, or I'm not following what's going on in all the product mailing lists and so on. I mean, I have them somewhere there subscribed, and they do come into my inbox, but the thing is, sometimes I just don't focus on that. So if you have any updates about the products that you want to share, or any questions about anything in that section, please add them into the wiki or ask on the forums as usual. We do have some updates for the community side. So two things. I can talk about the first one, and the second one was added by somebody else. So I'm going to leave the somebody else to talk about this. But for the meetings, for the Wednesday meetings, we have a revised meeting template ready. So if you click that link, it's something that is basically taking what we have right now and making it a bit more aesthetically pleasing, I would say. No, well, it's a bit more organized, and it has like big headings, and everything is bolded and whatnot. So it's not really revolutionizing anything, but generally take a look at it. You can review it, you can comment on it, you can edit it as well. And the weekly community meeting notes will be locking down at the end of Tuesday Pacific time. So basically, the moment Rachel gets out of the office and decides to take it easy because it's afternoon or evening and she needs a break as well, like everybody, that's where we're going to lock down the agenda. And no edits will be, I mean, edits will be still possible, but please, please, please don't put any last minute updates, on a Wednesday, because that's just a bit too messy. Also, this is going to introduce a bit more discipline in updating the agenda for those meetings that we have every week and that are fairly important. And then we have the new redirect engine. Who posted this in there? Who added this? Anybody in the room, or should I just read it out? Rachel, over to you. Thank you.
That's me. So in light of keeping awareness in the support community around hijackers, this was a recent article published in the last couple of days about a search hijacker that's been affecting all browsers. So if you see any people affected by this, here is a handy article to help them be clean and free of that hijacker. That's it. Thanks.
Thank you, Rachel. Okay. So moving onwards, we have the platform updates. Just a very quick thing, and this is just reminding what Madalena already shared with everybody, that we're going to be moving the platform meeting to our meeting again. Like, we don't have that many platform updates each week. So in the interest of time and putting information in one place only, expect platform updates every Wednesday. That said, the historical agenda is still linked there if you want to dig into the archives and take a look at what happened in the past, like, this day in history and whatnot. And now over to Madalena for some updates.
Hi everyone. Thank you, Michal, for the introduction. So yes, we have decided to move the platform meeting to just integrate it into this meeting because since we only had like 5 to 10 minutes meeting every now and then, it didn't really make sense to have a separate meeting. So I hope that I'll be able to be present every Wednesday from now on with updates on what's going on the platform side. For now, I hope everybody is aware of the rebranding work that is happening. We have talked a bit about it in the past, and we shared some mockups and then the dev site. So we're almost ready to go live with those rebranding changes. They're just fixing the last few things. That is the download button. There was some misalignment of titles as well of the link. The linked text was not very visible, so that should be fixed as well. And then let me see what else. Yeah, the layout of the sign-in form that should be fixed, and then the overall like last touches on the front page. So the PRs are ready for review, and we are hoping to go live this week. And then if there is anything else, I think this should cover like the major issues we had with this rebranding, and then everything else we can take care of after the whole thing went live. So yeah, stay tuned for when this change is happening, and don't be surprised if you will suddenly see a new face of the SUMO site. Well, it won't be really new, just a few things changing. If you have followed this, you would already know how it should look with the big black bar on the top that Philip said that looks like a, what was it, like an obituary. So yeah, that will be the major change. And that's it. Any questions?
Okay. I'm taking a look here and there and everywhere else to just make sure that we're not missing any questions anywhere. Nope. And Chris, we're gonna forgive you that you're using another different browser to connect. No worries. Whatever it takes to connect. No, no, you have to. I don't know what. You have to write an extension now as penance. Now that's the thing. This is one of the reasons why I always have at least 2, if not 3 browsers installed, because you never know. Different websites do different things with different browsers. So hey. Anyway, no questions about the platform. So thank you very much for the update. Really looking forward to wowing our users or maybe scaring them away with our new looks. It looks cool. I'm really happy to see like a visual refresh because to be honest, it's kind of boring if you go to the same website all the time and you can see it the same way. It's like even Wikipedia gets boring a bit, so it's nice to spruce it up with some, I don't know, user scripts or themes or something like this. Anyway, moving onwards, for the contributors of the week, we don't have any nominations for this week in the document right now for the agenda. So please, if you have anybody you would like to add or nominate or mention, please do so. And that said, I'm going to hop over to the knowledge base and LTNN updates, and I'm going to reverse the order a bit because it's not really that important, but there will be a blog post about the localizers coming your way this week who are working on reaching the top 20 articles localized for Arabic, Gujarati, Hindi, Telugu, Bengali, Bosnian, Slovak, and Tamil. So there's a group of people working on this with more or less success because of the different challenges that people are facing in different groups, different communities for localization. And I wanted to really call these people out because they will be all mentioned, the ones participating in a blog post. So they are going to be the contributors of the month, I would say. And the blog post is going to come your way before the end of the week. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to sharing with you a few tales and highlighting a few really cool people who just jumped in and said, okay, we can do it. They will not be the only ones mentioned there. But yeah, that's going to be the main focus of the blog post. Other than that, there's speaking of blogs, there's a Eltonan blog, so the general Eltonan blog post for August up by Theo Chevalier. And next month, so September, I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we're going to add some support-related stuff as well. So SUMO is going to be present there a bit more in that blog post. Stay tuned for details. That does not mean we are closing the SUMO blog. The support blog is still going to be there. It's just we're sneaking into the LTN blog to be in one more place. That's it. So yeah. And speaking of updates and revisions, 220 revisions in the last 7 days. Thank you so much, because I know it's still August. A lot of you are still on holidays or somewhere in the mountains, somewhere in the seas, just having fun. And still, there are many of you in front of computers every now and then working on stuff and working on stuff with Mozilla as well. So huge thanks to all of you contributing. I really, 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 really appreciate that, and our users appreciate that too. Hopefully, once we get some new dashboards in, we will be able to share some more user data. And this is the spoiler. That's why it's not in the agenda. But I really hope we can get some more country-specific, language-specific data for you to enjoy regarding the popularity of certain pieces of content in the KB and so on and so forth. So those reports will not be so dry, just saying, oh yeah, there were that many revisions. Actually, there will be like the most popular articles of the week and so on and so forth. Oof, having said all this and having looked at IRC, I think we have the support forum and the social support updates out there. So over to Rachel.
All right, are you ready? So we are welcoming some returning community members and some new community members that have been helping out this month. Ender 21, Daniel NL, IRVSPA, Belfox, Tomato Shadow 2, PR Delight 1972, OP New, WW View, GERD, just GERD, PJ at Firefox, P. Pavelko T, and Gerardo PCP04. You never really know how to pronounce those. But welcome, you're awesome. Thank you for helping out in the support forums. If you're interested in joining the larger Mozillian community, sign up at mozillians.org. Enter your profile and check out both the discussion forums and the discourse forums. Love to have you and your input on all things support related issues. So there are two closing discussions, the multiple accounts discussion and where admin can get help. Those are concluding this week. Check out the suggested conclusions and feel free to add any last minute topics there. The resolutions were changing the multiple accounts, not to what was okay and what was not okay, but to enforce using multiple accounts for behaviors that were not acceptable according to the community participation guidelines. So check that out. There is the concluding for about support info. So thank you, Philip, so much for starting this thread. It's a discussion around about support information being larger than, I believe, 10,000 characters, and finding an alternative to either increasing the thread text limit, which I believe was not going to happen according to the GitHub issue that was opened. However, we did do an alternative security evaluation on the dpaste tool that is used in other parts of Mozilla. Unfortunately, since about support information is considered private user information, so this includes the profile, path, application, basics, etc. Even add-ons is considered some private information in there. So if you do request a user's about support information, please stay aware of the privacy that goes along with that. If you like information around the bug or the pros and cons of using a public tool, for example, like Pastebin, and why similarly Pastebin will not be supported after September 1st, check out that bug that's linked there. One of the alternatives is Send Firefox. So this is a test pilot option. It is password protected. So the one extra step that you might run into is getting access to that password, either in private information or in private messages. This is something that we also use with about sync logs, and I don't remember the limit on the file size. I don't know. I think it's 10 megabytes. I'll have to double check for you, but check out that discussion. I know that there were some suggested comment response workarounds in the meantime for those use cases that have larger than 10,000 characters or are in other browsers. So check out the discussion. Quick, yes, Chris.
I don't know if you saw my question on IRC last night, but the information in About Support already goes through a security review. It's considered public with that understanding. So I don't understand why DPaste requires a security review.
Sure. So there's some pros and cons listed in the book that you can check out, but from what I read yesterday, some of the highlights are that since it's hosted by a different company, there are some legal obligations to the information that is stored on servers outside of Mozilla. To
But the
Pastebin,
information in About Support is there with the understanding that you can paste it anywhere in public. That's what the security review in About Support is for, like the list of preferences. That doesn't list every preference. It doesn't list your download directory because that list is based on a whitelist. In order to get a preference added to that whitelist, it has to go through a security review with the understanding that this information is going to be used, it's going to be posted anywhere in public, whether it be on SUMO or a news group or Twitter or MozillaZine or anywhere else where there's support. So the idea is that there's a security review if you want information added to About Support. So that's why I don't understand why there's a second level of security review.
sure.
It shouldn't matter where it's hosted. That's what I'm saying.
I totally think that that is a valid point, Chris, and thank you for sharing that. However, there is a review process that needs to be done for all tools that are not hosted by Mozilla for liability purposes. So that's why that has that extra review, and that's actually one of the reasons why Pastebin was actually being discontinued, is that they no longer are hosted or supported by Mozilla because of the security issues where that private information is not only about support information. Like, for example, about sync logs includes passwords as well as user IP addresses. So it does require a little bit of extra layer of web security because of those use cases. For about security specifically, I'm totally with you on that being having a security review process already and being on the about support page specifically to people's profiles in their local profile.
And that information isn't on there.
Sure. So if you'd like to add more information to that,
The profile location is not in About Support. If you click on copy raw data or copy text to clipboard, the profile location is not included.
but it is actually. So it's listed in application basics.
It's in there when you look at the page. If you take a screenshot, it's there. But if you click on copy raw data or copy text to clipboard, the information that gets copied to the clipboard does not include the profile folder path.
Actually, it does. Check that out
I'm gonna
again.
check it out.
Yeah. I did that yesterday, and I was like, what actually shows there? And if you actually copy to clipboard and paste it to, like, for example, text path, that application data has that file path there. But if you find something that's not there, and it's extra eyes are always great. I'm not saying one person is right or the other. Please feel free to add that information to the bug.
It's not here. Are you using Nightly?
I am using release.
Same here.
Perhaps it's a Mac thing.
I'll send you a screencast of it. Me testing it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to get back to the updates. Thank you for sharing that in the meeting. We will find a conclusion to that at the end. I'm going to move on to other agenda items. So, for example, the last update that I have for the support forum is RSS is going away in 63. Please don't recommend users to downgrade so they don't lose profile information. And thank you very much for all of your help in the forums. If I'm going to check our see if there's any other questions. Doesn't look like it, so I'm going to move over to social support. So social support help me questions will be exported today, like every Wednesday. We do need some help in Spanish, French, Turkish, and Dutch. We had Wim is on vacation, so I would see that there are more Dutch questions in the reply tool, so we'll probably catch up with that next week. There is a new trending topic in Reddit around the new tab page and how to block information that's being sent to Mozilla. So if you have any questions or have any conversations around that, please feel free to point them to the privacy policy for more information on what data is actually collected. More information on that trending issue, the Reddit link is linked in the wiki page. Thank you again for all of your help this week. The metrics for this past 7 days have been we've had 97 responses in reply, 47 responses in Army of Awesome. So that's about a 63% response rate. Thank you so much for your help. Also, translated version of the CSAT link for reply users will be available soon. If you're curious about that, please ping me in the chat and we can get you an individual link to be added to your signature. And that's it. Back over to you, Mihal.
Thank you very much, Rachel, for all the updates. I'm just going to very quickly take a quick look around again just to make sure there are no questions popping up or anything else. Seems to be just fine. Okay, so yeah, these were the updates for the support forum and the social support. Thank you so much, Rachel. And yeah, just to remind everybody, if you want to patch Kitsune, if you want to patch our platform, there are a few things that could use a bit of help. Reach out to Rachel. There are a few ideas out there. And if you have questions about anything technical or if you have doubts about how things work, well, we do have all the documentation online. There's all the support platform meetings, like the notes that we already mentioned in the beginning of the this meeting. So there's the agenda for all the platform meetings we had before, and we do have some people who can help you out a bit. But yeah, it's a very DIY world out there right now for Kitsune. So if you have a bit of a technical knack and you want to play around a bit, you cannot break anything. Don't worry, but we can definitely use your help. Let Rachel know some cool things out there. And we're going to the end of the agenda, which means we have a couple of jokes, groundbreaking jokes.
Yep, just
Rachel?
2 earthquake jokes for you. So, what did the ground say to the earthquake? You already looked at the agenda. It's you crack me up. And then the last one is, what did the earthquake say to the other earthquake? It's not my fault.
Exactly.
Oh,
For all the all those of you who are shaken by these jokes as much as I am, do remember that Rachel is sitting very close to the San Andreas Fault, so you know it's kind of nice to joke about things that may affect you very directly. I promise I'll try to come up with some heat-related jokes for next week. I have no idea what, like sun-related jokes maybe? I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, thank you very, very much for this, and thank you very much for following us, for taking a look at the agenda, asking questions, being here, whatever browser you used. And we are looking forward to hearing from you soon, and we wish you a great evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. Take care, stay cool, stay Mozillian. See you around.
bye.
Bye.